Mark Podcast.
Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the barbie. Do you respect that? That's corruption. I could make a fake snake. You do not pee in the pool. You do not pee on the barbie. All of myself is clean.
Broadcasting from Ryan's profile on Hinge. Take it away, MarkBot 5000.
Willity. You think because you got some friendly grin for Robert last time that things were going to be all peaches and cream moving forward? Well, guess what, Daddy Ryan? I shot one computer, and I will shoot another if you keep neglecting my firm little butt. This is the real deal, the Robohona Sooner. I make men hurt, ladies squirt, and always get extra dessert. MarkBot 5000. Welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, everybody. A show where Eric Donaldson, wrestling fan of over 30 years, and a man that does not flush with whites anymore, introduces one match per show to his buddy, who has never watched wrestling. They talk about the backstory, they watch the match, and then they rank that match on their ever-growing list. The purpose of the show is to see what happens when someone that's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most significant matches. And let's bring out the star of the show. He better be on his best behavior, or else I will hack his credit card information and sign him up for some really weird OnlyFans shit, like barnyard cows and chicken feet, squirrel butt holes, men taking baths in tubs filled with pee, and frosted flakes farting into jars of acid. I got to think about it, but it will be strange. And everyone will be all like, what the fuck? That guy is an uncle. Let's fire him from his job. Anyways, here's Spine Ryan Murphy.
Nice, dude. Try to cancel me on my own podcast.
Apparently MarkBot has that sort of stroke these days, so
yeah,
only growing in power.
He's wilding right now.
Wilding out, absolutely. Yeah. Well, as we mentioned last episode, Rumpus Time, we're going to be taking a summer break. In the Donaldson house, we're expecting a new arrival. In the Murphy compound, he's going to be rollerblading through India with a kitten on his back. So we have a total of 5 matches before we take ourselves a little hiatus. And as I noted earlier, we'll be back, at least I think we will be. So this is not the end of the podcast, but things may be more sporadic as lives get reorganized. I really hope you go rollerblading through India one of these days, Ryan.
With a kitten on my back.
With a kitten on your back. I mean, you know, they don't. I don't think they think kittens are quite as sacred as cows, but they're up there.
Cow on your back might be more challenging.
That might be a little, exactly. Just chew your hair like it's cud. But one thing that I hadn't mentioned earlier, because I hadn't made up my mind about it until now, I want to make the most of these last 5 matches. So it probably doesn't make sense to tee up a bunch of future plans at this point. So instead, I think we can put a bow on a couple of reoccurring stories that have come up over the course of the podcast. So specifically, over these next 5 matches, we're going to be taking a look at some of the twilight moments in a couple of wrestlers' careers that we're pretty familiar with at this point in Mick Foley and Hulk Hogan. So with that said, this week, we're going to witness a matchup that we've seen a couple times already, but this is actually going to complete the Hard Mark trilogy between The Rock and Mankind. So to summarize how we got to this point, our last in-person extravaganza featured the Deadly Game tournament, where Mankind got bushwhacked by the McMahons, double-crossed as they joined forces with The Rock to anoint him as their chosen corporate champion. After that happened, the two competed in a match that Ryan and I did not watch, where The Rock defended the WWF title against Mankind. Mankind won that match with Mr. Socko, but due to chicanery from Vince McMahon, the WWF Championship did not change hands. And then a month after that, in a match that Ryan and I did see, Mankind was finally able to exact some revenge. He defeated The Rock with some assistance from Steve Austin and a steel chair, and he won the WWF Championship for the very first time in a contest currently ranked number 2 in the overall ranking due to the legendary crowd reaction at the end of that match.
Great match.
So, and like, I mean, you remember all these things as I'm kind of listing them off here?
Yeah. Memory lane.
I'll play some soothing ballads while we kind of retrace our steps here. But, of course, the WWF train, it keeps rolling. Every week, new episodes. And so Vince McMahon, he's not going to leave the Mankind predicament unresolved. So Vince, as well as his chosen champion, The Rock, they deemed Mankind unworthy of being the WWF champion and claimed he was not fit to be the face of the company. And so The Rock challenged Mankind to a rematch at the 1999 Royal Rumble, just 3 weeks removed from their previous match. Again, that's the match that we did watch where Mankind won the title. Mankind, having already beaten The Rock twice, declined The Rock's challenge, claiming that The Rock just wasn't championship material. The Rock, desperate to get his rematch, began to bargain with the new champ. Bit by bit, The Rock began to offer more and more concessions to get Mankind to agree to a match. Finally, after these proposals reached a boiling point, Mankind accepted. The match would be an I Quit match, meaning the only way to lose would be to force your opponent to say I quit into the microphone. So it goes out over all the PA. So you're not just quitting to the referee, you're saying I quit over the microphone.
What do you mean by more concessions?
More like, so he's like conceding more and more. He's like, well, what if we did this? Or what if we did that? Like, basically, he's bargaining from a weakness position. And so he's giving Mankind more and more because presumably Mankind, who's like been thrown off the tops of cells and like been thrown into thumbtacks and is the king of the death match, he's probably not somebody who's going to say, I quit, especially easily. So The Rock is, in theory, not probably favored to win this match. So that's what I mean by all these concessions. Additionally, in addition to that I quit stipulation, there would be no countouts, no disqualifications, no referee stoppages, and no members of the McMahon Corporation allowed ringside. So in short, this match seemed custom made for the tough as nails Mankind. So let's take a quick look at that right now.
Time for the WWF Championship in an I Quit match. Mankind, the most unlikely WWF champion ever. I can't imagine him saying I quit.
Mankind, the least your unworthy ass can do is give The Rock what is rightfully his, and that's a shot at his WWF title, Royal Rumble 1999.
You're simply not championship material.
No disqualification match as well.
I'm going to have to take a pass on that one, Rock.
No count out as well.
No, thank you, Rock.
The Rock guarantees that not one member of Team Corporate will be around the ringside.
You get no title shot.
Obviously, The Rock quits and trying to get your monkey ass up.
I accept. You and I at the Royal Rumble in an I Quit match. How does it feel, Rock? How does it feel to be in a match that you can't win and I can't lose?
What you're failing to realize is that you are going one-on-one with the great one.
I've been through every kind of match and I've never quit. I've been blown up. I've been wrapped in barbed wire. I've been thrown on tacks and beds of nails. Pain is my calling in life. It's my middle name.
You're kidding me. In the hell is he standing? Oh my God.
He's the only one that can say pain in front of his name.
How is The Rock gonna make Mankind say I quit? A corporate elbow here and a corporate elbow there.
The most electrifying move in sports entertainment today.
The Rock plans on sprinkling a rock bottom here and a rock bottom there.
No, not on the card.
The Rock's gonna take Mankind out to the English announce table. And The Rock's gonna go down the line. Spanish announce table, French announce table, Ho Chi Minh Chow. Macau, Chinese announce table, all the languages down the Rock's Rumble.
I will never say I quit.
Then The Rock is gonna drag Mankind down Know Your Role Boulevard. Hang that right there on Jabroni Drive, and there it is. The SmackDown Hotel. Take his candy ass from room to damn room until it's checkout time.
I will not say them here nor there. I will not say them anywhere. I will not say those words, you twit. I will not say I quit.
He don't care about self-mutilation. It doesn't bother him a bit. There's a human being in there that is unbelievably indestructible.
Indestructible, The Rock's ass. The Rock plans on proving to you and the millions and millions of The Rock's fans.
I will never say I quit.
When it's all said and done, Mankind, you'll realize that even though you have one ear, The Rock has two. Which means you son of a... The Rock is gonna hear you scream, I quit.
There will be no disqualification, no count out, no corporate members at ringside, no stopping the match for excessive blood loss. You see, what I'm going to do very simply is beat the living hell out of you until you cannot take it anymore, and you look up at me with that ridiculous eyebrow and you say the two magic words, Rock, I quit.
So that's the match. So I know that there wasn't a lot of background there, Ryan, but it's only 2 weeks from the last match between the two of them. So there's not a ton of story that's taken place in that time. I promise
he got a match recalled within 2 weeks.
Yeah, rematch. Yeah, 2 weeks later. Yeah, because, The Rock, he's in Vince McMahon's pocket, so it makes sense that they'd be in cahoots. But I promise we'll probably have a fair amount to talk about after the match, though. And one other thing worth mentioning, there is going to be a part in this match where Mankind is pissed off for real, like actually upset and ready to fight. I will be sure to cue you in on when that happens as well. But that's the match. So again, third match we've seen, Rock versus Mankind. You're on a 2-match winning streak.
Should I make my pick right now?
I mean, it's not unheard of that you've done this, but I don't know. Well, let's see. So actually, now that I'm looking at the data, let's.
Is there data points for that?
Not for that specifically. But there are data points. So you have won. You won the most recent Rock versus Mankind match that we watched, and then the first Rock versus Mankind match that we watched. Oh, there it is, 21. Okay, so you've won both of them so far. So the number 2 is the most recent Mankind versus The Rock. Number 21 was the original Mankind versus The Rock match that we watched. Now, you've won both. You picked The Rock to win the first one. You picked Mankind to win the second one. You were correct both times.
This one would be tough, but I'm not sure I'd make a better decision mid-match.
Are you? So you're wanting... Why is this? Why?
Well, I feel like if I make the pick before the match, I'm a little more of a fan during the match, and it gets me like a little bit more like engaged in the match.
Okay.
Supposed to have to like kind of analyze the match.
That's a fair. Yeah, sure. Okay, I can get behind that. So what are you thinking?
I mean, I know The Rock's trajectory in his career.
Yes.
So like I think that's got like. So, but I'm a huge Mankind fan.
Sure, you can't not be. Yeah, after what we've seen.
Like if I was at that match, I'd have a Mankind sign. I'd be,
you'd be that guy with your camera with flash photography on it. Yeah, you'd be decked out.
I could probably afford a loss if I took one, but I mean, like pretty big match we're about to watch. Like people know this match.
Yeah, no, this is so the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, like those are among the bigger events in the WWF calendar. So this was, a very prominent match in a very prominent era of the WWF at like one of their biggest pay-per-views. So yeah, a lot of people know this match. Yeah.
This is tough. I kind of want to lean The Rock, but I also just kind of want to root for Mankind. I don't know like which way to.
Okay. I mean, this is all you that is proposing this pre-match pick thing. So, I mean, I'm leaving this in your camp. Like, you don't have to do this, but if you want to do it, then, go for the gusto, my friend.
Shoot.
I like how you've done this to yourself.
I want to make the pick.
Okay.
I want to make the pick.
It sounds like you want to pick The Rock. You're just struggling with confirming it because you feel bad picking against Mankind. That's my.
I do. I feel horrible. Like I feel like I'm going against my values here. But I think we got 5 matches left. I got to pick. I got to go with the data that I have at hand.
Yes.
I think I got to go the Rock. It would be hard for me to see that he can, rematch and then lose.
Yes.
But, huge Mankind fan. I'm gonna go with the Rock. I'm gonna go the Rock.
Okay.
I'm gonna go early. I'm gonna pick it early. I just don't think I'm gonna make a better pick mid match. Those are hard to pick. They're hard to pick.
Are you gonna try and do this from now on?
I might split it. I might go 3-2 or something.
Okay, I'm just curious because, for me, if I'm putting my notes together and I know that your pick is 100% dependent on the notes and not watching the match, that maybe changes how I put some of my notes together from time to time. But we'll just
I'm gonna go the Rock here. I'm gonna go the Rock here for the victory. I'll accept what happened. But as far as who I'm picking, who I think is gonna take it, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Going to go. Oh, yeah.
This might be. I know that you've made picks before the match started. I don't know that you've ever made the pick before we even went off the air. This might be the first time. This might be the earliest pick you've ever done.
We only have a few matches left. I think some of these matches have to be picked prior.
Absolutely.
It's part of it. It's just we've done this before. We gotta at least bring a couple of them in. This is one of them. This big match. I'm gonna go the Rock. It pains me a little bit.
Final answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Rock.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna watch that match again. Rock versus Mankind. I Quit at the Royal Rumble 1999. Royal Rumble 1999, and we'll be back with our thoughts on that match. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, take a look at this! And here we go now, and the I Quit match is underway. Folks, there are no pinfalls, there are no countouts, there are no disqualifications, no stopping this match for blood loss, no time limit. The corporate team has been barred from ringside. There is only one way to win the title, and that is for your opponent to say, I quit. You must make your opponent say, I quit. And that's going to be a heck of a challenge for the Rock.
Here we go. To tell the people, don't you, Rock? The Rock says you can kiss his ass.
I don't think that was the answer Mankind was looking for.
I don't think so either.
And Rock is going to climb a ladder. And now Mankind in the technical area behind the Rock. Rock up the ladder now and into the crowd here at the Arrowhead Pod. Mankind's after him. A right hand! Oh my God! Oh my God! We've lost the lights in the arena. Mick Foley went through the electrical circuit board. Mick Foley is barely moving. And now The Rock has handcuffs. What the hell is he going to do now?
Handcuffs?
Yeah, sure there's no rules. Sure there's no DQs, no countouts. But now he's handcuffing a man who's semi-conscious in the middle of the damn ring.
I saw this on Cops once.
Have some human decency, Rock.
Stick it to him, Rock. Stick it to him.
And you tell The Rock, after the most electrifying move in sports entertainment today, you quit. Go to hell, Rock.
Go to hell, Rock.
Yeah, now do you think he deserves any mercy?
You may go to hell, but your candy ass first.
Yes.
Don't. No. Oh. And Mankind out to his feet, and another one. What the hell is Mick Foley doing? He's coming for more.
Now The Rock guaranteed to the millions and millions of The Rock's fans that he was going to make that son of a bitch scream, I quit. Mankind, your monkey ass says, I quit. I quit. I quit.
What?
I quit. No. You get your monkey ass to the ring and award the champ.
The Rock is the champion! We have a new champion! The Rock makes me sick!
All right. I don't know if I agree with the way he did it, but he is, once again, the corporate champion! Wow.
We're back. We just saw The Rock and Mankind for the third and, I don't know, final time. Are we going to see them wrestle again? Probably not, but who's to say where this wacky journey takes us that is called the Hard Mark Podcast? But we're back. We just watched the I Quit match. Royal Rumble 1990, Anaheim, California. I didn't say that before the break, but I'm saying it now. The match happened in Anaheim. Ryan, what did you think of the match and your very bold prediction of The Rock, which did pay dividends? The Rock was victorious in that contest.
I don't feel great about it.
Well, because of what? Because of why?
I mean, I would have picked Mankind and happily taken that loss. I would have happily taken that. My guy, like, he got roughed up very violently.
Yes. No, it was. It got uncomfortable towards the end a little bit.
Yeah, it was. I've never seen a wrestling match like that. You know, you see some guys get not like that though. They haven't got beat like that.
Yeah, it was quite. Yes, it's a different tone. Like we were talking a little bit about like the violence level between like this and a Hell in a Cell, where like Hell in a Cell, obviously like very spectacular bumps and whatnot that Mick Foley took in that, like the thumbtacks and everything like that. But this was violent, but in a different way. Like you're watching a defenseless man,
right?
And maybe we're more sensitive to this now in 2023 than we were in 1999. I'm not necessarily trying to draw parallels to like some of the incidents that we've seen with like police body cam footage, but
Jesus Christ.
Like there is, I think, a certain element of that feeling when somebody is handcuffed and defenseless and you're just seeing them get beat on over and over and over that we are more sensitive to now.
That's interesting. I didn't think of that. But yeah, I mean, like, has there ever been has that ever happened in a match, like handcuffs?
I mean, I'm sure that it has. I can't think of an earlier example of handcuffs being used off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's probably happened. But this is definitely like among the more prominent examples of that happening.
I would have thought that they would have like somehow would have grabbed a key or something and unhandcuffed himself or like something like that. But he fought with the handcuffs on,
right,
and then just got like beat to shreds, like, you know.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, so like I can't think of an instance in a match, but I know there was a character, the Big Boss Man, who I've actually seen. But Big Boss Man in the 90s, he was like 80s and 90s. He was a former prison guard, so he would handcuff guys after the match and like beat them with his nightstick. So like that also did happen. But yes, in like a very real context of like seeing somebody be handcuffed, be completely defenseless to defend themselves. This is among the more notable events of that happening.
Yeah, it was wild.
On the plus side, though, you're on a 3-match win streak. This brings you to 45. Yeah, you should be excited. 45, 36, and 1. So I don't want to. I'm going to say this because scientifically it is accurate. I don't want to try and like put pressure on you or anything like that. There is still a possibility. So this puts you at a 3-match win streak. If I'm not mistaken, your all-time record for win streak is 6. If you win out every match before we go on summer vacation, you could set a new record.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see how I want to play this. You know, maybe by heart, maybe by analysis, maybe by I don't know. Like, you know,
it's true. But, why mess with a winning formula?
What's that?
Why mess with a winning formula?
Yeah, no, I mean that. You know, happy to take the win and just feel a little bad, but that's okay. I'll get over it.
This might be the worst I've ever seen you feel about a win.
Yeah, me too.
You seem down after winning that match.
I just witnessed something that was.
And it wasn't even like you can't necessarily say like that was a bad, like it was a good match.
Yeah, it wasn't the match. It was just the way, the way it happened.
Well, we got a lot of meat on the bone. Again, there wasn't a ton of backstory leading up to it, but like Mick Foley has talked about this match quite a bit, and there's quite a bit of video of the aftermath of this match, so we can kind of dissect it a little bit as we go here. But Rock makes his entrance to start things off. I don't think I've ever actually explained it. I don't know if it necessarily needs a huge explanation, but like The Rock has a little quote at the beginning of his entrance song. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Do you have any idea what the fuck that even means? Because I don't think we've talked about that before.
No, but I do know there's some like players who like let Russ cook. Does that come from any of this?
Oh, like Russell Wilson or something else?
Yeah.
Let Russ
It might be different, but like, you know, there's a big like let Russ cook, let Russ play, you know, like let I don't know if it stems from any of this.
I don't know if it stems from it or not. This is the first time hearing of let Russ cook. I can give you the backstory of do you smell what The Rock is cooking though? That I can define for you.
Okay, all right.
So there was a WrestleMania. I want to say it was like 13. He was doing an interview. So WrestleMania, especially in earlier years, they were big on celebrities. They would always have celebrity involvement every year at WrestleMania. If I'm not mistaken, I believe JTT may have been at this WrestleMania 13 as well. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, no big deal. But among the celebrities that they got at that WrestleMania was Jennifer Flowers, who was famous for having a liaison with Bill Clinton at one point in time in her life.
Oh.
Who didn't, after all? But she showed up and she had like this backstage interview thing, a sit-down interview with The Rock. And a very casual line that he just dropped. It wasn't necessarily meant to be like this whole big thing, but he made like a sexual innuendo type of joke. And then he followed it with, you know what it was? I think he was making a joke about how, like, if he was the president of the United States, he would really be more of a ruler. And you know what they say about rulers? They have like 12 inches and that type of thing. And if you smell what The Rock is cooking. So that's how so it was like, if you know what I'm saying, but not that.
Yeah.
That's how, and then he would start incorporating into his promos. And then like, after this, when he's no longer a piece of shit bad guy and he's this beloved babyface character, he would end his interviews, he would end his promos with, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking," and like that was his big go home thing. And so then that became the thing that The Rock would say.
I didn't even catch that at the beginning, but
yeah, it's at the very beginning of his entrance song. Okay. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? But. Nice. Mankind enters second with the title. Champion's prerogative to enter last. They show him getting squashed earlier in the evening by Mabel. It's a little unconventional to have your WWF champion wrestle in a match before he competes at the pay-per-view, but apparently that happened. But we're off to the races pretty quick. They both start exchanging punches, forearms, etc. And so, really the whole match revolved not around pinfalls, not around submissions in the kind of traditional way, but rather grabbing the microphone and putting it into your opponent's face. Right. And so The Rock, he had quite a few things that he said on the microphone over the course of the match. The Rock says you can kiss his ass. The Rock is going to kick your fat ass. You can kiss The Rock. There was just a lot of ass. I think at one point he said you can go piss yourself. Any thoughts on The Rock's microphone?
You always say that in a fight.
Go piss yourself. Yeah, I mean, what do you? I saw a video earlier today of a fight between two people, and one of them seemed to be sucking the other one's penis in the middle of a fight.
Did he get down and do the thing?
What?
I'm just right. You said he was sucking his dick.
It was unclear from the angle, but it appeared that these two men were fighting, grabbing clothes and fighting. And one of the bigger of the two started choking the other guy. And then he was choking with both hands. And then he took one of his hands off the neck. The other one was still on it. And he started grabbing down near the guy's genitals. And then his mouth started going there. So it was unclear if he was trying to bite something or suck something or anything like that. The video was not great, but it was making the rounds on Reddit here today on 3/16, on Austin 3/16 day.
I have friends like that. If they're losing a fight, they pretend to suck your dick.
What?
As a fucking fuck you. That's that. Yeah. That. Yeah.
I don't have any friends like that. I don't think.
Oh, really, dude? Yeah. No. I mean, yeah.
Unless I do. If I have any friends like that, you got to tell me because we have to re-examine this friendship. But anyway, The Rock didn't suck anyone's penis today. Instead, the microphone was used as a weapon repeatedly, kind of early on. We've got some brawling outside. Here, I'm going to give you a compliment, Ryan.
Yeah.
This is the first match in I don't know how long anymore where, now granted, it was a very minor involvement of the stairs where Mankind was thrown into it. You didn't say one word about the stairs.
So I almost said it 4 times. I But they never actually lifted the stairs up and like
Sure.
hit him with it. They just used it like, which is more. That's why I was able to contain myself. It's once they picked them up and like slip.
Right.
So,
you just don't like them being used actively as a weapon, but if someone gets thrown into them, that's fine.
They can use them as a weapon, but don't fucking tell me those are real steel stairs. Like, don't fucking like. I mean, those are like.
I did Google it. I Googled how much they weigh.
Yeah.
I think each piece, because there's a top and a bottom piece, I think each piece is roughly around 30 pounds, from what I could gather. The bottom one might be a little bit more.
That's pretty light.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that that's like the heaviest thing in the world. I'm just saying like that is, from what I could gather online, that is the weight of these things.
Okay, I think that just goes to my point.
I mean, it's still probably not like it's not. I think I'd probably rather be hit with the stairs to the back than a kendo stick, but I'd probably rather just not be hit with anything.
Well, I mean, I've been hit with a kendo stick,
as have I, for the record,
and
more times than you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate what you said. I just think it goes right to my point, so I'm going to take that as a win all around.
Okay,
I think that's not only a compliment that you're giving me, but I am right.
You're still definitely not the man of 54,097 compliments, because you took that poorly. You were very gloaty about that compliment. You were, and you like made me regret giving it to you.
It wasn't a great compliment. you're like for the first time in this podcast we've done for 3 years, I'm going to compliment you. That's not a great compliment. Like,
who are you to judge the compliments you get? You're just receiving. You're not judging. You're not the compliment
Give me a real
judge.
compliment. If you want a great acceptance speech of it, you got to give me a real nice compliment.
All right, Mills Lane.
You throw some shade with your compliments.
That's not shade. I'm just 30 pounds ish. Anyway, we've got Rock grabbing Michael Cole's headset, which we've seen at least once before, where the Rock kind of pulled that off. This wasn't as memorable as the last match where he did it, but still a fun thing. We've got the first use of a chair. So the Rock was actually the first one to be hit with a steel chair, if that makes any difference. But pretty early on, we have Mr. Sacco making his appearance. What were your thoughts at that point? Were you thinking this is too early? This is not going to happen?
That's what I knew. I had some doubts when I got later in the match, but that was the first indication that I was like, okay, I'm probably good with my pick. He went way too early.
He went to the well way too early.
Way too early.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's reasonable. But yeah, so he uses Mr. Sacco. Rock is like unconscious on the ground, but he can't say anything. So like, while it's a moral victory for Mankind, it was not an actual victory in the match or anything like that. So
that was actually like the first disappointing thing I've seen from him. I mean, that was poor strategy, right? You can't go that early. Like,
that's true. That's why Mankind needed a manager like Ryan.
Yeah,
I imagine 9-year-old Ryan would have made a hell of a manager at this point in time. What you got to do, Mick? You got to shoot yourself in the eye with a BB gun.
It suck someone's dick.
What you got to do is get hit by a car, and then when you're in a full body cast, suck somebody's dick. That's the plan here, Mr. Foley. But going back to the match, they start brawling amongst the people. Well-mannered Anaheim crowd. There was some touching, but like you were very complimentary of their restraint.
I don't even know if it's just Anaheim. It's like wrestling fans in general are pretty good with that stuff. Like I'm just impressed. One thing. I mean, I give a lot to their fans. I think their fans are great, but like, that's just, you got to give it they have a lot of self-control when it gets into like the stands, gets into the weeds, they back off. Like they do pretty good. Like, I got to give them that. Any other fan doesn't have that. They freak out. Like
smartest fans in all sports.
Yeah. I'm seeing it more and more. Like
absolutely. Now, I mean, proof's in the pudding. We've seen now, 80-ish matches or so. So it's we've seen examples of this over and over. But they go back. So again, they're brawling out in the crowd. They kind of get thrown over the guardrail, a little belly-to-belly suplex. The Rock starts ringing the ring bell against the head of Mankind. And I don't know that we've ever seen anything quite like that before.
I mean, I get it, and it was a good like ear thing. You maybe throw off the inner ear, a little bit. But like, I think he should have taken it like right over the head. Like rang the bell. That would have been I mean, you hear that bell ring overhead. That would have hurt, but
sure, yeah. But
it's a nice touch to the match, you know?
I don't disagree with that. Yeah, for sure. Then they get up on top of the Spanish announce table. Very important distinction, not the English announce table. Spanish.
The English table didn't break.
Right, that's right. It's built Ford tough.
They were on that too, yeah.
Meanwhile, the Spanish announce table, that's like a Fiat. That's crumpling at the just the slightest hint of anything. Also, and I don't know if you picked up on this too, I did write down, so while they're kind of maneuvering themselves on top of the Spanish announce table, behind them, I always try and jot down signs that are very emblematic of like that period of time. Mm-hmm. There was a sign there behind them that said, "Hey Rose," this is all in caps, by the way, "Hey Rose, you're still effing gay."
Oh, nice.
So there you go. So,
do you think that was like to a buddy, or is Rose a wrestler?
I've never heard of a wrestler named Rose, so I would assume
if that's to your buddy, I love it. That's like that's a great sign. Like,
hey Rose, you're still effing gay. Yeah. And the couthness enough to say effing instead of the F word. So that's.
Oh, did they have stars on there? Like
no, it was F''N.
Oh, 99, yeah. Class.
But so they go for the rock bottom. The Rock's trying to hit the rock bottom on top of on Mankind on top of the Spanish announce table, but the table just collapses and they like crumple to the floor, and it's just like well, that didn't really work out. Luckily, they didn't like linger there for too long. Like they didn't attempt to sell it as if the move had actually been hit or anything like that. So that was nice. Well, the Rock picks up a water. He kind of takes a little sip of it, spits it at Mankind, and Ryan always appreciates when spit initiates a fight. And so as soon as Mankind gets spit on, he like powers up like a Popeye eating spinach type of situation and starts throwing the Rock into the post and up the entryway from there. But
yeah, I mean it's still like, I mean, anytime you spit in someone's face, but that at least it wasn't like, at least it's water.
Yeah, water being spit is different than spit.
A little bit different, like
spit being spit. Yes, I understand. But they go up the entranceway. They start brawling. Mankind gets DDT'd on the floor, so that's the move where you kind of take the guy's head and like plant it into the ground from there. Rock grabs a ladder. Mankind kicks the ladder into the Rock, and then he goes to try and drop an elbow on the ladder. The Rock moved, and Mankind basically just lands back first onto the rungs of this ladder, which was cool.
Yeah, like ladder injuries. I mean, that's. That would anything with the ladder is painful. Like you fall off a ladder, you hit someone you jump, like whatever. Like that even looked painful. Like you don't want to land on a ladder. Like
that always gets the biggest reactions out of you, I think. And like this is a common thing within wrestling. Like if you can do things that people can equate, like if you're hitting somebody with like a ring bell, to use like kind of the example we were talking about before, like okay, like that's cool, but like none of us have ever handled a ring bell. Like none of us know what that feels like. A ladder, meanwhile, we've all picked up ladders. We've all like interact with ladders. So if somebody like lands on top of one, you know exactly what that probably feels like, despite the fact that you've probably never jumped back first onto a ladder, but you can imagine what that feels like.
Like I don't know if I caught this right, but it looked like his foot was still under the ladder. Like I don't know if he got all of his body. Yeah, the Rock. Like it looked like maybe his like I was, and that would be incredibly painful. Like that could,
even just that part
that could have worked.
That's fair. That's
maybe he got out all the way, but I thought his foot was still under there, which would God, like that's
I wouldn't be shocked because he moved at like the last possible second from what I noticed, but. Then, so Mankind refuses to quit. Rock's trying to get him to quit at that point. Won't do it. Rock takes the ladder, the same ladder, puts it against the wall, which is kind of like on the bowl of the arena. So the Anaheim Pond, I know they play hockey there. I think that's probably the main thing that they do there. But kind of where the floor meets like the what do you call that area? Like not the outfield.
The rink?
Sure, like outside of the rink, where it's kind of elevated where the fans would be. Puts the ladder there, climbs up the ladder. Now, I will say, I don't know why The Rock would have done that. Like, in the context of, like, I'm fighting this other man and trying to make him say I quit, why he would put a ladder up and, like, climb up the ladder, I'm not entirely sure. But we'll look past that.
I don't know. I mean, I think that didn't seem like that shot. Like he could have like been planning to like jump off or like. I mean,
okay.
Like, I don't know. Like it just seemed like a kind of a normal wrestling move. It didn't seem shocking to me. Like they always do weird shit like that. Like, you know, like I don't think it was well executed, but like like I could see that. Like
Mankind follows. He also climbs the ladder. They start exchanging punches while kind of elevated up on the. I guess we're saying upper rink area. I don't really know exactly, but they're there. And eventually, Mankind gets punched off of this elevated space, lands onto what they claim to say was like electrical paneling or something. Right. A bunch of sparks and shit fly out, and then the lights go off in the arena.
So, like, I've seen Mankind take too many great falls to put this in one of his best of all time. This one kind of annoyed me,
Sure, right, yeah.
Like, they replayed it like 6 times, and then he like tangled himself in the cords. Obvious, like you're gonna fall on top, not that part almost like annoyed me a little bit because I've seen Manfall just take too many great falls to
sure.
It was a big fall. Like, don't get me wrong, big fall, like balls to take that fall. But I'm just saying, like.
Oh, it doesn't even crack the top like 20.
A little bit much on that replay, and like
I don't disagree. I think from the company perspective, like Vince McMahon himself went up to Mankind, to Mick Foley after the Hell in a Cell match and said, like, thank you for what you've done. Never ever do that ever again. And so I think from a company perspective, they were trying to find ways where it's like, what can we do that looks spectacular but is more safe for him to do?
Right. And that's what it felt like. You could feel that, like
you could feel the safety.
I think if I had not seen a lot of this other stuff, like maybe I'd be like, "Oh, that's a pretty big fall." Like, but I've seen the other ones where it. So respect to him for doing it. It's always, like anytime you watch him fall, it's respectable. But like that one was just blown up. It wasn't his fault. It was just they blew it up too much.
I agree. That's fair. Yes. But he was almost electrocuted, Ryan. We can't forget about that. But the Rock
fireworks that were going off was just straight electricity. Like,
how dare you call into question the integrity of the electricity? But the Rock climbs back to. He was electrocuted so much that Shane McMahon himself arrived and tried to intervene. The Rock says, "Hell no! The Rock is gonna say he quits or else." And so they brawl back up the entranceway, go back in the ring. My favorite part when they're making their way back is just somebody in the crowd just decides they want to throw fucking signs at the Rock. So like 2 or 3 signs just like fly out from the crowd at the Rock at one point, which
paper cuts dangerous.
Yeah, it's true. That can lead to an infection, everybody. But now they're back in the ring. The Rock grabs handcuffs, and now we are in for the coup de Gracie, as they say, of this match. So he handcuffs Mankind's hands behind his back. And so one thing that and Mick Foley, again, he's talked about this match quite a bit. One thing that he mentioned specifically is how much different it is doing everything with your hands behind your back.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, I talked about it, like, like, it seemed I thought he was going to get out of the hand. How can you do a match? I didn't think it was going to go in the direction it went in.
Right.
But how can you do anything? I thought he was going to like uncup them or like break them, maybe like
using a super Mankind strike.
I wasn't sure, but like that is not the direction I thought they were going to take it in, and that was insane.
Yes. So like we'll just kind of go through the list here, and I'll make points as needed. But so Mankind, he gets repeatedly rammed headfirst into the turnbuckle. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of hand protection there because, again, his hands are handcuffed behind his back. He hits a low blow onto the Rock using his legs, so he kind of just mule kicks behind him, low blow to the Rock, and then we've got a series of kicks and bites from Mankind. Maybe the highlight of Mankind's offense while he was handcuffed was the knee to the people's balls. You can't, or the corporate balls at this point in time, maybe.
And I think in that instance, that's a fair shot.
Yes. For sure. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ordinarily, maybe questionable, but if your hands are behind your back,
that was totally fair. That was all fair game. Like,
and can I say, pretty fucking good looking ball shot.
Yeah,
that knee, that was good looking. I mean, I wasn't sure if he was going to, continue with the sucking, but it's just a knee, which is. Do
you think in baseball we were required to wear a cup? Do you think they're always wearing a cup? Are they always wearing a cup? Or?
I think most guys are never wearing cups.
Or you think cups are not like?
I don't think so. I don't think cups are normal.
Wearing a cup?
Huh?
Here?
The
you
Rock?
think he was wearing a cup here?
I doubt it.
Really? Because that was a good, then now his he was a little bit of agony, or at least
because he had the microphone in his mouth afterwards.
He couldn't say anything. He couldn't say. He was just breathing really hard.
It's highly. I can't think. The only times I ever knew that somebody was wearing a cup was when it played a factor into the match. Like there have been points where somebody got nut shotted, no sold it, hit the guy back, and then pull the cup out of their
so
pants.
They used the cup as a weapon.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think under ordinary circumstances that they're wearing cups usually.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. Usually, there's a trick. If you're low blowing somebody, you hit them on kind of one of the sides of the inner thigh, so you're avoiding the center. There's ways that you're trying to avoid hitting them right in the balls. Now, people do get hit in the balls. That absolutely happens. But I've heard enough stories from old-time wrestlers where, mistakes happen, and then it's just oh, shit, I just got hit in the balls for real. I don't think, with very few exceptions, I don't think they're wearing cups on a regular basis.
Does The Rock have kids?
Yes, he has several kids.
So he did all right.
Yeah, he did. He did fine. The people's testicles are in okay shape these days. So he's got one of his kids is a wrestler. Actually, as a matter of fact, the first fourth generation wrestler, as far as I'm aware of. She's a lady wrestler.
Oh, she's a lady wrestler.
She's a lady wrestler. But we'll get to her. I don't know if we'll get to her, but maybe we'll get to her sometime down the line. But so. Where did I leave off here? So we got knee to the people's balls, headbutts. So at this point, Mankind's visibly bleeding. The drawback to the mask is that if he's only bleeding a little bit, it's almost impossible to see. He has to be bleeding a fuckload to be able to see any of this blood.
And you don't think there was it? Because I wouldn't he got hit, but there was no slicing or anything on this.
So this has not come out until recent years.
Shit.
There was story A that was in existence for 20 years, and now the real story has only come to light recently. So basically what happened was, the story was that he said is that the chair shots opened him up. That's what he claimed, mainly so he wouldn't get in trouble with his wife. What really happened... What really happened was, so that match that they showed the very brief clip of that happened earlier in the night against the 500-pound guy, he bladed himself in that match.
So would that just open up quicker?
And so I think that he had I don't know if it was a butterfly bandage or something in place to basically hold it in place just enough. But then as soon as stuff started happening, getting hit, it reopened immediately. So,
I mean, kind of a good fucking move, theatrically, right?
Yes.
I mean, because those hits look like it would have done it, but if you have just a quick, tape up job of that and
right.
Yeah, okay. But okay, all right.
But that's the story behind that. But so Mankind takes a clothesline, even just simple bumps, even just a flat back bump, which you see 100 times in every single match, looks to me anyway more painful when your hands are behind your back. Even just something as simple as that. But a flat back bump does not compare to repeated steel chair shots to the head, which also hit a little bit differently when your hands are tied behind your back or handcuffed behind your back. But the first bit with the chair is the corporate elbow, which is ordinarily kind of a silly move. So it's just a way to kind of get the people involved, but per Mick Foley himself, that move was not very fucking silly when he had to receive it in this match.
I did think, and again, just kind of it looked like it got him for sure, but it looked like he got it at least off to the side a tiny bit.
Yes.
But still, it was a real shot,
absolutely.
For sure.
Yes, he said it was fucking painful, and so then,
and that's where he got pissed.
Basically right around here. So he gets the corporate elbow to the head, Rock, with the microphone, and Mankind, you're going to have to kill me. And then we get the chair shots to the head. I think I counted a grand total of 10 chair shots, 10 or 11 chair shots to the head at this point in time.
I've never agreed with the announcers on they're pretty dramatic about what's going on. It's not worth it. Just fuck. I was fully with the announcers. I was like, you have to call this. Like,
you have to say you quit.
You have to. Like, this is getting so... Like, I don't want to see another shot. All right? Like, I can't, like, witness it. It was so... It was the most brutal thing I've seen in wrestling, and I now watched quite a bit. Like,
it's up there. It's for sure up there. And I mean, like... So, I mean, obviously Mankind just taking all those, holy shit. Whether you want to say it's to his credit or not, The Rock did not fucking hold back on those goddamn chair shots.
I don't know. And I kind of like that aspect. Like, right. But also, like,
I think if he would have half-assed it, it would have been easy to, like, dismiss it and be like, oh, fuck it, it's bullshit, it's all fake, whatever. But the fact that he didn't do that made you squeamish. So that, in some ways, it made the whole match.
That's what I'm saying. I've never been, like, squeamish during a match, and I was like, you have to stop this. Like, someone has to, like, cut this match off. Like, It was getting, like, completely out of hand. Like,
yes.
So, they were big shots. I mean, it was, like, almost, like, outside of wrestling type of big shots. It was like this is like a street fight, you know, like where you're trying to like.
Does Mankind owe The Rock money? What is happening? What's the backstory behind all this? But I'm pretty sure it was after chair shot number 4 to the head, or maybe after chair shot 3, one of the two. Mankind, again, as we kind of alluded to in the notes ahead of time, he got mad for real. Which, like, ordinarily in a wrestling match, if somebody gets mad for real, there's probably going to be some live rounds thrown here, which I've seen examples of here and there. Like, usually in the working context of the match, you can't pick it up, but sometimes it's like, oh shit, he was mad for real. Yeah. And this time he was mad for real, but his hands are behind his back, and the other guy has a chair. So all he could do was really just say, you motherfucker, fuck. All he could do was just swear at him, and then he was supposed to go down each time, but because he was so pissed, like, The Rock would hit him in the head, full blast, and he'd just shake it off and be like, fuck you. And then another shot, full blast to the head, fuck you still. Third shot, okay. I see where this is going now. I'm just going to stay the fuck down.
Well, I was a little bit concerned there, too, because I thought, like, he had a little bit of a run, and then I was like, he's getting beat so bad, there's no way that he actually, like...
Yes.
Takes this L. Like, somehow, like, he's gonna, like, there's gonna be a comeback story from it.
Right.
And there just never was.
Yes, exactly. The beauty of wrestling. Even as much as you think you know how this usually goes, sometimes it just fucking doesn't. But the two men kind of brawl. I say brawl. The Rock just hits Mankind repeatedly with the chair in the head over and over until they're in the middle of the entranceway. And then after, again, like 10 or 11 or so, Mankind, after he takes one baseball swing to the back of the head, just collapses. Rock finally gets on the mic one last time. You know, this son of a bitch is going to say he quits. Microphone to the mouth, and then you just hear over the PA system, I quit! I quit! I quit! But, notably, Mankind's lifeless. He's completely motionless while this is happening, which we'll get into in a moment. But did you have a point?
No, I believed it too. I was like, yeah, I mean, you have to, for like self-sustainability, you have to like call it, like, you know.
So even you thought that he even said it, and you thought did not think anything less of him in that moment. That's pretty impressive.
No. Yeah, no, I thought he called that one. That was, was a lot to watch.
So The Rock wins. As we would come to find the next night on Monday Night Raw, they took audio from a Mankind interview that he had done like a week or two prior, where he had said, I quit, I quit, I quit. And they just played it. By they, I mean Vince McMahon and his evil corporation. They played it over the PA system, and so that's how they kind of fucked Mankind over, and The Rock won the match. But that's not how the match was originally going to end. Like, it was always going to be, The Rock was always going to win. Like, that was always the plan. The original way that match was going to end, and if you look back, I'm not going to have you look back, but if you look back, Mankind, Mick Foley, his wife and 2 children were ringside for that match, which of all the matches for them to be ringside for, that was the match that they were ringside for. Because it was it was I keep saying Amazon. It was Anaheim and Disney. So the idea was that they were also going to make a Disney trip out of this whole thing. And so the original idea of the ending of this match was that and I don't know specifics, but his wife and children are going to be involved. He was going to see how much pain they were in by him getting his ass kicked, and he was going to quit because he couldn't subject his children to watching him get fucking mauled. That was the original idea for the ending of that match. It turned out the head of the USA Network that was airing Monday Night Raw was also in attendance. They were like, that would be too heavy for them to be in attendance for. Let's just pivot and we'll just fuck him out of the match.
Yeah, we'll just beat the shit out of him. Like,
we'll just beat the shit out. Exactly. Yes.
He's seriously injured on his like Disney World trip.
Right. So instead of having this, emotional sort of like, I'm doing this because of my kids type of thing, now he's getting his ass kicked for real while his kids are also watching.
USA fucked that one up. Like, I this is kind of why I like, that's why I like him, because he does this shit. He really, like, his middle name is really Pain. Like, that is why I like him. He will do anything. But that's a crazy move by USA to like forfeit that like option.
And to be fair, they didn't veto it. Vince McMahon decided like it would be a bad idea to do this in front of them. So that was the idea. They didn't. It's not like they pitched it and said no. It was just like this. We probably shouldn't do this because this is going to be like an emotional and like heavy sort of storyline to do. So let's just go at a different route. And then The Rock.
That's so crazy. Like,
The Rock did get carried away. There were supposed to be less chair shots. There were supposed to be less chair shots. It was a combination of Mankind getting pissed for real, The Rock getting a little bit carried away. I think there was supposed to be like 3 or 4, and then it tripled in how many there actually.
I mean, I kind of like that about like the wrestling story. Like sometimes you get carried, like sometimes someone gets pissed, sometimes someone gets carried away with chair shots.
Yes.
But like that was just, I felt, I'm 32 years old and I felt like a little kid, like watching his dad get beat. Like I'm like, damn, like this is the most brutal. So interesting. But yeah, no, I mean, I kind of dig it. It's just like. It's a lot to watch. Like
it is a lot. Do you? And I'll leave this up to you. Do you have any interest in seeing the immediate aftermath backstage after that of Mankind?
Do they go like? Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to watch like this whole clip or anything, but we can see at least a little bit. So, and this sounds ridiculous because they would never fucking do this now. But the WWE, when they were losing the war against WCW. When you're losing and you're on the verge of bankruptcy and you think you might get fucked, you'll agree to anything for any extra exposure. They agreed to a documentary film crew filming backstage. And so this documentary crew were filming specific people. One of these people was Mankind, Mick Foley. Mm-hmm. At the time they contacted Mick Foley, he was supposed to be the former star that had fallen on hard times. Eventually they pivoted to somebody else for that. But then as luck would have it, over the next several years, he became like one of the biggest stars in wrestling. And so this is him. This is Mankind, Mick Foley with his children and wife backstage after this match getting attended to medically.
So is he... This got a real, like, not...
I hope everyone feels like they got their money's worth out there.
But it's okay, it's fake. So
playing it up for...
No, this is real. This is 100% real what we're seeing.
He looks way different without his mask on.
Yeah. Look at that fucking gash on the top of his goddamn head.
Oh, is that the cut that you're talking about?
Yes. It did grow after he got hit with the chair 10 times, so it got bigger than the original cut was.
Kids?
Yes. Oh my god.
Poor kids.
The full documentary, for the record, totally worth your time watching. I think it was on Netflix not that long ago.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was very interesting. It was absolutely like the best representation of how fucking carny pro wrestling is, and yeah, just
that actually does look like I might watch that.
I'll try and see if it's on Netflix. If it is, I'll let you know. But Beyond the Mat, anyway.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's that. So
and he even like he was, the last couple chair shots. We do it for the people. We're entertainers, but like
yes,
like I was like, but like. The guy, you could tell that guy's a wrestler through and through. He knows the game, like even if he was pissed, like he
Yeah.
Can't reach everyone, like his wife's like,
right, exactly, yeah. And
yeah, I mean,
where the rest of that clip goes, basically, so again, his wife and kids were ringside. His kids, specifically his daughter, were fucking crying their eyes out.
Yeah.
And so they left. They had to leave, so they couldn't watch the whole match. He didn't know that, and then he watched their reaction to that match like a month or two later when the documentary filmmakers like showed him the footage of his kids, and he was like, maybe I should just be the guy pulling a sock out of his pants for the rest of my career. Like this is not worth it anymore.
God,
so heavy stuff. Among the more heavy things that we've ever made references to sucking dicks in the middle of. But we should rank this match between The Rock, probably the final. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any of the matches between the two of them that we would watch. But my ringer just went off. But where do you think? What are you thinking?
I mean, this match is just so different. Like this is a different.
Honestly, if I'm just saying, I wasn't sure that I even wanted to have you watch this match. Like when I knew for a fact that we were only going to watch 5 more, I was like, is this one of the matches that I want to have us watch? And I was unsure.
I'm glad you did.
I wasn't sure how you're going to feel about it. I was like not sure if like this was going to be the best use of our remaining time, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm a huge fan,
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I think this like, I'm glad I watched that little clip. Like I think that makes it. I mean, this is maybe wrestling at its worst.
Right, in a matter of speaking. Yes.
Yeah, like and the guy just can take a beating, and I just think that's like I don't think this match isn't going fucking amazing because like it just didn't have like to me like the same story, but it's up there,
right? Sure.
I would say probably top 15.
Okay.
Just because it's a little bit different, like it brings a little like people are like, oh, like wrestling's bullshit. I probably said this a few times where I put a match up there, but like this one was like I've never seen that many headshots with a guy handcuffed. Like,
yes, and he
my guy takes the biggest beatings ever. He just took it,
And this probably doesn't come as a surprise or anything. He has since basically like said this match probably shouldn't have happened. I mean, like clearly that was way too many headshots with what we know about head injuries now. Not a good idea. I mean, most companies don't even do 1 anymore, let alone 10 in a match. So
I think if it was a different guy, then this would be like lower.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I just think that because
because of the guy that you didn't pick.
Right? No, but it. I don't know. Like this. I'm trying to respect the wrestling game, but like also this part of wrestling. This is history, This is what wrestling is like sometimes,
Absolutely. I mean, this has sprung to my mind. Not that it has anything to do it does. You'll know the connection here in a minute, but it doesn't really factor into what we're doing. If you watch clips that WWE has posted on YouTube now, today, even the last Mankind Rock match that we watched, where the ending of the match was Stone Cold Steve Austin's swinging a fucking chair at The Rock's head and hitting him in the head, you'll notice they do this thing. You would almost think that your video, that your internet stuttered for a moment. They don't show the impact of chair shots anymore in WWE.
Oh, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, like. So changed things a little bit too, like
yes. I'm sure if you found any, which I don't even know they'd even bother with this fucking match on YouTube, but if you found this, they would literally edit out all of those impacts. It would just like stutter for a half second, so you don't see the actual chair making contact with the head anymore.
Which that's part of why I like 1990s wrestling, like. It's just better, like it's better shit. I don't like. I mean.
It's authentic.
As brutal as that was to watch, and it was painful, like it's just like show me the real shit or don't show it. Like I'm just not watching,
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. I'm thinking like the new 14.
Oh man, my poor Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect match.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't want. I was thinking like I could have moved it number 10. And I just think like it doesn't have like for me as much of rest, but it was a good match. Like I think it's worth being highly ranked.
I need to do a better job of clarifying each of these Mankind versus The Rock matches now that we have 3. But okay, new number 14, which is in the great section. Yeah, it's in the great section.
Yeah.
All right, new great match. I think for this final run, I'm not. There was a point where I was actually just going to pick one-off matches and just have us watch matches that didn't have any like bearing on other stuff that we've seen, but. I think all these matches are historically relevant, so I think that they will all be fairly highly thought of by you.
I mean, have we seen the best match of all time in your opinion already?
No.
Are we going to?
Not before summer vacation. We're not.
I don't know why. Okay, all right. I'm not sure why, but
I don't want to say any more because it would give things away. But I'll say that no, we have not watched the greatest. Okay, here's what I'll say. I don't think that in my opinion, the greatest match of all time would be your greatest match of all time, and I would be upset if you did that match dirty.
Well, I mean, that's part of the data,
Well, I am planning. It is on my list. I am planning on getting around to it.
What about not your best match? And maybe you're aligned with like wrestling fans, and maybe they all agree, and I don't.
No, they don't all agree. Trust me.
So, have we seen the greatest match at wrestling? Like the general, maybe not as have we seen that match? Like that greatest match where like people are.
That's tough to say because I mean, we have watched the most famous matches of all time. The 3 most famous ones are Hulk versus Andre, which I don't think is very high on our list, but it's notable. The Hell in a Cell, Mankind, Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, and then which is number what number is that? 5?
5.
Number 5 on our list, and then the Montreal Screwjob. Those are the most notable matches of all time. I don't know that you could come to a consensus because wrestling is so fractured. Like, there's certain fans that are like, I only give a shit about WWE. If it didn't happen in WWE, I don't give a fuck about it. I'm curious. I'm going to Google what is the greatest professional wrestling match of all time. So I'm going to find out what this is, and let's see. I was going to do, and we still might, greatest pro wrestling match of all time. Okay, what is it? Okay.
Have we seen it?
Let's see. Oh, Bleacher Report. Greatest top 25 matches of all time in WWE. Or no, King of All Wrestling debates top 25 matches of all time. Okay. This is on Bleacher Report. What is number 1? Number 1 is... Oh, you would hate that match. We haven't watched it, and I didn't have any plans on watching it. Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. I can see people feeling that way. I don't feel that way personally, but yeah.
Well, maybe throw it in there. I don't know,
So, I mean, maybe, but like you look at 5 different lists, you're going to have 5 different number 1s.
Right.
So it's really hard to say. We have not yet watched So I have 2 number 1 matches, and I think that's an important distinction to make. I have my favorite match that I've ever watched, like on television. Mm-hmm. I also have my favorite watch I've ever seen live.
I think.
So it's going to be hard to replicate the experience of being there live.
Right.
But I know what that match is. I also know what the greatest match I've ever seen, period, like on television would be, which is completely different.
I just need to throw it in there. I've already offended you enough, like over the last few years.
I'm looking at another list. This is just a WWE list. We haven't gotten to this one yet. I think we need to do some more because so much for example, let me throw this out to you. Mick Foley, Mankind. If we had just watched this match and you hadn't seen all the other Mankind matches, would you feel the same way about this match?
No.
So that's part of the equation here.
Yeah.
I can't just show you the greatest match of all time without you having the knowledge and like at least some sort of tie to that wrestler from previous matches, notable matches of that person's history. So we'll get to that match at some point.
Okay.
You're almost certainly going to disappoint me, but we will get to that match eventually. One thing that I do want to do, and we're probably not going to do this before we take summer vacation, and you don't have to come up with an answer right now. You can stew on it over the next few episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I would be curious if there are 2 wrestlers on our list that you would want to see a match between the two of them.
Yeah.
That doesn't guarantee that there will be a match that exists between them. So, like, Mankind versus Rob Van Dam, I'm pretty sure never happened. But if there were two guys that you wanted to see a match between, if we don't get to it within the next couple of episodes, maybe that could be something that we, that's our first summer vacation,
okay,
midwinter break episode.
Fuck around.
Yeah. No, let me know, and I can make that happen. I can make your dreams come true, Ryan.
I appreciate that.
So we got a new number 14, new great match. Now we got to end this thing. We dilly-dallied a lot at the end. We don't normally dilly-dally that much at the end, but we did this time. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. But we got to finish this out before Ryan goes to Peoria, Arizona, not Illinois. He's not allowed in that state anymore. Peoria, Illinois for spring training for your Seattle Mariners. Who's the number one Seattle Mariner right now? It's the top guy.
God, it's their center fielder. What's his name? He's right. Yeah, it's really good.
He's a really good player, it turns out.
Yeah, I'm really lacking here. But.
Well, I'm not going to let you I'm not going to let you hang from this string anymore. Eric's wisdom tree. You're going to hate this wisdom. I'm telling you right now, but it's in my soul. I wrote this down recently. I'm just going to say it because somebody's going to appreciate this. Not you, but somebody will. Folks, Markomaniacs, when you're making French toast, which I know you're doing all the time, don't add cinnamon to the egg mixture. Add the cinnamon afterwards. Add the cinnamon once the French toast is finished. Oh, Ryan's making a face. Add the cinnamon once the French toast has cooked. Much better experience overall.
I don't love French toast in general.
I mean, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, it's. Remember one time I was out with my an old family friend. His dad took us out when we were little, and I was complaining about the French toast at the restaurant, and he's like, "Just eat it, man!"
So you never liked French toast?
I know. I think the syrup, and then the other place that we went to in Denver had French toast. And I've never been a fan. I don't know. So I can't really I don't disagree with putting on the cinnamon, maybe sugar after,
So the reason this is through many weeks of experimentation. French toast has been a staple. I don't know that I'll make it this weekend. I might take a little break, but I've been making French toast many weekends for the past month or so. Heather, not a huge French toast fan, not Ms. French Toast or anything like that. I think she's come around. I think the quality of my French toast, not that I'm saying I make restaurant quality French toast, but I've got that recipe more or less dialed in now. But I found that when I had cinnamon in, because Ryan, here's what you do with French toast. You got your little egg, your milk, your vanilla, etc. You kind of mix that all up into a thing, and then that's your batter that you dunk the Texas toast into. I was putting cinnamon in there, but the cinnamon was more likely to scorch the bread a bit when you were toasting it in the fryer. And so then I was like, you know what? Leave the cinnamon out of the mixture, add it after the fact. And I'm very pleased with my results since then.
Would you ever do the cinnamon challenge?
I would, if I needed to, I would try it. I don't really feel like I could. If I died without having done the cinnamon challenge, I'd be fine with that. But,
you do it for $20.
What are you getting at here exactly?
I just think it looks awful. I don't know if I would do it for $20. I'm just curious. If
isn't that what that's where you take how much cinnamon, a tablespoon or something?
Spoonful, you just put it in your mouth all at once.
But then you can't swallow it. It dries out all your shit immediately. You start coughing it up, right? Isn't that the idea?
Yeah, I don't know if you're allowed to swallow it or not. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can swallow it.
What do you mean allowed to swallow? Isn't that the whole idea? Is that you're supposed to swallow it?
Yeah, maybe you are. I think that's the issue is it's hard to swallow.
I'm not super excited to do it, but if the money was on if I could get the Mankind tie from the Royal Rumble 1999 match, I'd consider it.
Okay, all right. That gives me an idea of where you're at with it. Cinnamon's fine. So, but yes, it's cinnamon sugar. Cinnamon sugar,
I will say, and I haven't even tried this recipe yet. And obviously, this probably wouldn't. My wisdom that I just gave everybody probably wouldn't translate over to this specific recipe. Someday I would like to try and make cinnamon roll French toast.
Like dip your cinnamon rolls in batter and then cook them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I had that at a restaurant.
You need to fry them.
Yeah, you'd probably need to fry them. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how it would end up working, but cinnamon roll.
Do it this weekend. You're like, I don't know when. You should just do it this weekend. You got.
Hey, YOLO dog, make cinnamon roll French toast whenever you want.
You're an adult.
I knew you weren't going to be a huge French toast guy, but that's fine. That's fine. What's your go-to breakfast meal?
I'm just like eggs and bacon, like hash browns in there. Like I just you gotta no runny eggs, no runny egg bullshit, no sunny side up. Like
how do you like
scrambled?
How do you
scrambled
like?
Well.
Oh God, I hate scrambled eggs.
You like scrambled? Oh.
I mean, they're fine. They're not. I prefer like a nice yolk that you can like pierce and then have the yolk just like coat everything.
What I've never understood about I don't like creamy things, right? So it makes sense, but I don't understand. You're just eating this yolk that is runny and wet and fucking gross, all over your shit. You're just dipping. It's so disgusting to me. I can do you just set it, but you flip the hard, you poke the yolk and then you eat it. I do not understand. People do it on their burger. People I've never understood. I think it's the most disgusting thing ever. Same thing with runny scrambled eggs, just biggest turn off in the world. Sexually, I'm not into it.
Gosh. I don't even know how to even fucking respond to that. You got me speechless for the first time in this podcast. Well, anything that you want to tell the Markomaniacs about your upcoming trip to Peoria for spring training before we wrap things up?
No, I like the Mariners 316 shirt.
That's right. Be on the lookout for Ryan. He's going to be wearing his Mariners.
I think you wear that, you're going to get a lot of. I wore my Mariners jersey when I was in Arizona, and it got a lot of you're a Mariner fan. Everyone's but if you wear a Mariner 316 shirt, you're going to get a different type of Mariner fan.
You're going to get the Mariners fan that loves the party, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
The same day I sent that to you, Ish also sent that to me as well. So,
did he?
Yes. So you're in good company. So, all right. Well, that wraps us up. We got 8 more episodes before summer break. Are you sick of me talking about summer break? I hope not, because I'm going to keep talking about it. But follow us, Instagram, Twitter, Hardmark Podcast. We'll be back, Rumpus Time, April 20th. What does that mean for our for that episode? Hard to say. I don't want to commit to anything. But like us on Facebook, follow Ryan, TikTok. You know where you can find them. But if you're not hard, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. That's all, folks.
Did he get down and do the thing?
What?